How you doing? All right. Sorry about being a bit late there. I've just had a bit of trouble with getting the camera to connect there for the studio. Got a new camera system I'm trying out tonight, so just had a bit of trouble right there. Just trying to get that to connect. So anyway, welcome to the studio. Let me sit down. A bit lower down this week. Okay. Welcome to the studio. My name is James Hockley. Also go by the name of PIXELfreak and Funk Droid. And this is my studio. This is the Mode 2 record studio. This is the weekly Google Hangout that I'm doing. That also, where I write a track from scratch. I've got no idea at the moment what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, so we're going to write a track from scratch. If you want to get hold of the parts for this, for the track we create tonight, then get over to mode2records.com and you can sign up to the mailing list there. And on Friday, I'll send you out all the parts for the track we create tonight. You can also get hold of all the parts for the other previous hangouts that we've done, or that I've done here. Yeah, so it's all good. So get over to mode2records.com. You get all the parts for the tracks. You'll get other exclusive mixes, DJ mixes that I do, and all that kind of stuff as well. Tell all your friends about it. Get them all to come over and join us on our hangouts that we do here, and it will be good. We're going to have a big party and have a great time. All right. So now tonight I've got a couple of new camera views we're going to be doing. You can try these out. So I've got this is obviously the main view camera. That shows you me sitting at my desk. Got my screen here, which I've just updated the MPC software, which is why that window's open on there. Just close those down. So there's the main screen window there. Now you can also see the desktop screen as well. If I go to there, you can see that. That's my desktop. Why is that showing you my desktop and not this one? Let me just change that to there. No, that should be showing you. So I've had a bit of trouble tonight doing this, so I'm going to do at window remote desktop. There we go. Right, then I need to change this one as well very quickly. Let's do at window remote desktop. There we go. Right, so we've got this. This is the my desktop view for my studio computer here. So you've got that with me in this camera here. We've also got the keyboard cam, if you like, so you can see when I've been playing the keys, you'll be able to see what notes I'm playing, that kind of stuff on my keyboards. So I've got the D5 keyboard here. New sound system as well in there, rocking, which you should be able to hear nicely on there. Hopefully you're going to be able to pick up exactly what I'm hearing in the studio. So we've got the keyboard there. We've got the CZ keyboard, which is just muted here. We've got the X. So switch the light on for that so I can see what I'm doing on there. We've got the JX. There's one just above it, which is the K1, which is just slightly out of shot. But you can see all those there as well, so hopefully that'll help out a bit more. And I've also got an extra camera, which I'm hoping is going to hold out okay. This is the one I've had the most trouble with tonight, which is this one, which is actually on this camera here, which allows me to pick it up and I can actually take you around the studio like this and show you exactly what I'm doing. So hopefully I'll be able to set you up so you can actually see what I'm doing on each one of these. So I can actually take you around and show you the keyboards. It's a little retro corner and side over there with the C64 and the Spectrum over there. A bit of a ghetto blaster up there as well. So this is like the portable camera. So I'll put that back over there just for the moment. Actually, no, let's put you over here like this so you can actually see across the desk there. I'm hoping that's not going to be too jerky there. I'm hoping that's going to work okay. Maybe this is a trial for this tonight. So we're going to leave this on this tonight and just see how we get on with that. It may not work. It may not work. It may work okay. It may not work very well. It's using the Wi-Fi signal, which of course everything else is also using the Wi-Fi signal. So we're trying that out tonight. So cool. So let's crack on and start making a tune. All right. So let's take you over to let's take it. That's what we'll do. Let's take it to this camera and see how this works over here. Get a little bit further over there like that. It's a little bit clunky, that camera there. Really, this is the using the Manycam software here, and it's a bit clunky for I mean the Wi-Fi, which is a bit strange, but we'll keep on that. What I might do is just do a picture-in-picture, and we'll just do another one here. Let's just change that ever so slightly and do another one of those there, and then we'll make that one picture-in-picture. No, not this one. We'll go live to this desktop here, and I'll do picture-in-picture and see if it will let me put this one in there. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, all right, we'll leave that for the moment. I'll get this all sorted out for next week properly. This is the first time I've really done this. So, okay, I'm going to put you to the desktop. I'm going to put you on this one here. Let's try this one. So you can see what I'm doing on the screen here. That's probably the best way to do it for the moment. And I'll set that other camera up with a picture-in-picture with the desktop next week for you. So, okay. So we're going to go and create a drum patch. So we've got no sounds in here at all at the moment. You can see me playing the pads on there. So no sounds on there at all at the moment. And we are going to just move him down a bit there. We are going to go into browser mode, and then what I might do, put a program here, put it in program only mode. This week, instead of using those drum samples that I tweeted about, the 8-bit deeper samples, what I might do this week is use a different one of my other kits I've got here. We've got in these Chris Menace ones, so we've got in there. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so interesting sounds in there. Interesting sounds in there. I'm hoping you're picking these sounds up okay on. Okay, maybe not that. What I might do then is to just load up one of these. Where's my program for that gone? Let's load this and just see what this. This is a loop that I've put in and chopped up of Don't Turn the Lights On by Chromio. Let's just try putting a little pattern in there. Let's just change the tempo up a bit on here. We'll do it a bit quicker one this week. Last week ended up being about 112, but we do about 122 this week. So let's just pop it into record. Let's just pop them back in time. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Put that in there. some hi-hats on there as well. There as well. I'll take that little kick drum out of there. And just copy him across. And you use the command key to copy that across there. Double up that snare drum with that one, I think, as well. Okay, I'm just going to pad mute. Okay. So we're going to go that pad on there. And just delete those. That's much better. Okay, fine. We'll just leave it at that for a moment, I think. Alright. Okay, so let's come up with a little idea for something now. So I'm just going to flick you over to going back to this camera again, see how this camera works. I'm quite interested to see how this camera is actually going to work. It's still really jerky. I'm moving it around now and it's not really moving at all, which is a bit of a shame, but there we go. I'm going to catch up in a second now. I'm not going to worry about that camera for tonight. It's just far too slow. So I'm going to just go with this camera, just straight into the keyboard camera, and then we're going to come up with a sound. So I'm just playing just the straight sounds off the D5 keyboard. So you just change the program or change the track up on here. Just save that as well really quick. Let me just flip back to the screen with it on. Let's just save it real quick. So we're just going to go into my mobile audio folder and there and in here. And then we're going to create a new folder and call it Hangout 8. And then Hangout 8. Let it do its thing to save that. And then I'm just going to create a new program on here. And just make it into a MIDI program just for the moment, just so I've got no other sounds on here. Let's just flick back here so you can see full on keys. So I'm just playing through some chords going. just get a different type of... Okay, let's just play that in. So make sure we're getting MIDI coming in. We are on the screen there. I'm just going to pop that in on this camera here, this shot here. So I'm just going to put in. So I've made a MIDI. This is a MIDI MIDI program. Now I need to tell it where to send it. Now I've only got 4 ports to send it from, so I'm going to have to tell it which of those ports go to which MIDI input. So I'm just going to have to pop into here and just so I'm going to tell it port A goes to the D5. Okay, so go there. Now if I do that, it's now going to play back on, it's going to feedback on there. So I'm set to just to none while I'm recording it, and then set it back to A for the D5 so that when it plays it back, it plays off the D5. So I'm going to pop it into so in the chord loop. There we go. Okay, so it's recorded the notes right up here. But I haven't told it where to play it yet, so I'm just going to pop that and back onto here. So I've just made that into just played the D5 basically with my master keyboard. So I've just played that, but it's playing a sound off itself. So I've just got that playing around just through MIDI coming into my mixer. So we're going to do what we normally do now. We're just going to sample it back into the MPC. So I'm just going to crank up my record volume here. I'm going to pop on my LCD window on the screen, as you can see what I'm doing actually on the screen. And that means when I play, it actually, I've got the outputs, the auxiliary outputs of my MX1 mixer into the inputs of the MPC, so I can actually sample it. If you see my other ones, you know that because I do it all the time. So it's going to go sample record. Okay, and again we haven't got anything coming in, so I'm going to do the little trick with the flick trick, we call it. It's just where the driver for the MPC goes a bit bonkers. Still don't know why. Again, if there's anybody at Hockley watching that can answer that question for me, every so often it goes a bit nuts and the input software won't get any input coming into it, and I just have to flick the driver between something else and back to MPC audio drivers again, and it will sort itself out. So you can see now we've got sound coming in, D5 sounds coming in there. So what I'm going to do is just do the first chord, and then I'm going to do the second chord. So we put it into record, actually sample record, and then play the sequencer. So what I've done there is I've done the first one twice, so I've actually got a whole sample of the first chord. So we're going to call this D5 pad. Keep it nice and simple. We're going to keep that sample. We're going to sample edit mode, and I'm going to pull the sounds in here. So there you go. So I've got that as one chord. I can change the tack on there then. And bring the end parts in. You're seeing that, aren't you? Yes, you are. Good. So bring the end in. Okay, then we're going to go process, get that to extract, and then do that. So it extracts out a new sound, and then I can actually go to this part here, and I should be able to get just cut the end off that. Second chord on there. So we're going to extract that as well. And it gives me two samples. So now when I go back to the main mode, I can mute this MIDI track up to a new track, new program, make it a drum program. So we're just playing off pads, and then I can come over to all samples, and I've got D5 pad 1 and 2, so just do 1, 2, and then on the pads just like that. So if I'm going to call this program here, let's rename that to D5 pads. That helps out quite a lot. And then I'm just going to go and record this track. I'm not going to actually set these to note on like I would normally have been doing in the past. I'm not going to do it this time. I'm just going to leave these because I don't really want to. I'm never going to stutter it or anything like that at all. So I'm just going to go straight in and record that. Okay, so I'll let that track up a second so I don't get the drums in there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a reverb plugin on the program. So I'm going to come over to here, We have 4 inserts per program on the MPC, so I'm just going to come in and add an insert. I'm going to go to my favourite reverb, which last week crashed MPC, so we're just going to do a quick save first. Okay, we're going to do this, put this in here, and then I'm going to open the window on the screen, and I'm going to just choose from the presets up the top here, like a kind of a large, let's try big clear, let's try that, see what that sounds like. Absolutely spot on, couldn't get much better than that. I'm going to put a wet mix on there so I can actually do the mix on it. It automatically maps everything to the Q-Link controls on the MPC itself, which is the other great reason for using an MPC. So 100% wet, off completely. Okay, close that, save that, and close the window. They are great plugins, these Native Instruments RC24, the reverbs, the RC24 and 480, amazing reverbs. Really cool, based on the Lexicon stuff, but designed by Softtube. So there's lots of different people trying to get in there, but they sound amazing. So let's set off that. Okay, go back to the keys. Not the bassline for it. There. Just uploading the audio interface sets for that. So. Okay, so let's try putting that in. That's pretty cool. So we go up to a new track again on here. We're going to make another program. Close that. Let's come back across to program. New program. Make a MIDI program again. And this time we're going to DX21. I can play that now on the D5. I'm going to switch the channel off the D5 in the mixer. just playing the DX21. So okay, so with that doing that, I can just go onto there like that. So it's going to go into record. How many bars am I going to need for that? Going to need about 8 bars for that, aren't we? So I'm going to have to double up on. I think let's flick back over here again for a second. So I'm going to have to just. I've only got 2 bars on here at the moment, so I'm going to have to just go and do that little squiggly sequence edit, and then copy the bars, merge, and then just do that again to make it 8 bars. There we go. So now you can see on here we've got from bar 1 over to bar 8, so bar 1 and bar 2. But it's copied, if you go back down to the tracks, it's copied everything across. So it's repeated it all for us. So now I can go to my MIDI 2 track. Jamie. Okay, so let's just sort that out there. Okay, so let's just figure out what's happening here at the end, because this end is a bit odd. Let's just figure that out. Not quite there. Let's try it this way. Nice and simple, that's much better. Okay, so now we've got that in there. Again, I'm just going to sample it into the MPC. So we need to go up to a new track, create a new, and we're just going to create a sample record. Make sure it's coming in nice and loud. Perfect. And this time I'm just going to record it as a loop, basically, and just get it in there so that it's just going to play as a loop off the pad. So I'm going to record, go into sample record, and then press play on the sequencer. And then stop the sample, and then we're going to call that DX bass. Keep that, sample edit, and then just go and trim it in. So again, using the trimming tools or the controls it gives you on the actual MPC itself, that's how I'm moving it all around here. If I can get that other camera to work properly, then I'll be able to show you, but as I said, I'll get that figured out for next week. Okay, so process this, and this time we're not going to extract it, we're going to discard it. We don't want the other bits around the edges, so we're just going to get rid of them. So there's our sample. Back to main mode, mute the track, the MIDI track, up to a new track, mute that MIDI track, that up to a new track here. Yeah. And then we're going to do new program again. Make it a drum program, just so play that loop off of a pad. Rename the drum program to DX bass. Get all samples, just shuffle that up a little bit there, and then drag that onto pad 1. Now this time I don't want it to be playing off one little touch of a pad there. I want to play it as a note on. So I'm going to go program edit, and then just change that to note on, and give it a bit of an envelope release. Like that. Okay. Okay, so we're going to record that in again now, just with the playing off the pad. Let's do a save. Here we go. Okay. Where's my pad gone then? Why isn't that playing anything? Let's have a look at this. Interesting. Okay, it's always good when it does something unexpected. We've got aftertouch and modifiers on here. What have we got all this on here for? I'll play that there. No, we must have some sort of weird these modifiers. Let's get rid of this. Let's go up and just edit this out here. Huh. What's this modifier then? Okay, let's draw it in instead. No, no, it's not letting me do that because of this. Must be because of this, whatever this modifier is here. Because the velocity is right up on there. Oh. Does help if you unmute the track. That always helps. There we go. Okay, brilliant. Alright, I'm glad we figured that out because that could have taken us all night there to do that. Alright, so let's just save that off there. And what we're going to do next, we're going to come up with a little synth line. Let's see if we can get this other camera to work again here. See if we can get this to actually come up with anything. So I can move this up. It's just being really, really slow, which is really not very good at all. If I can get that to perch just there, whether that's actually going to see it, I can't see what we're looking at here. There we go. If that's going to let me show you that there. Let's see, it's just been really slow. And let's just get the MPC, make sure the MPC is sending clock information to that synth. Sync MIDI clock to microbrute. Okay. So it says MIDI clock to it, then when I press play, right, flashing the top, reverse it, flashing the front, it's going to be too slow. So we're going to program a little pattern. So over top of this one. Let's just try this one here. So we're going to record. This camera's back here. You can see that's a bit slow. That's really slow, that camera. I apologise for that. So what I've just done there is I've actually just recorded. I've just sampled that in as I've played it. So that let's just bring that camera back down here. So that I can just trig it back in off a pad. So we can call that MB ARP. Getting creative with the sounds there. Names the sounds rather. So you go sample edit here. So let's just start off with this one here. Where I was hearing it from was from that note. Just wind that back there. Okay, so I've got to wind it back in. I've just done it. Whoa! Just go a little bit further here. One more across there, so it starts in the right phrase. And then finishes in the right phrase. Like that. And just trim that in there a bit more. Okay, so for this one, I'm actually going to leave it like that, so in case I need to trim the front or the end off it a bit more. A bit of a click on the end of that one, but we'll leave that for the moment. So we're going to go back to main, and let's just have a new program, drum program, and we're going to grab that sample. You're seeing the screen, aren't you? Yes, you are. Good. Sample, put it on there. Rename that to MB ARP. just record that in. Right, what time are we at? Oh, we're at 5:02. Okay, so we're going to do let's try a plugin now. Let's do a new. This time we'll do a plugin program, and what I'm going to go across to the plugins. I'm going to choose. UVI workstation, and then we're going to get in a piano. You can do it. You can do it. Always a bit hairy when you get plugins in. Oi, there we go. Okay. All right. So, actually, let's have a look at Cameo. I haven't used this Cameo yet. This is a like a CZ, Casio CZ sample bank, which I've got a CZ 5000 here, but I just thought it might be quite a nice little bank to have. They were doing a special deal on it on the UVI website, so I thought I might as well just buy it. Let's see what we've got on here. Anything that sounds quite interesting. Might be a bit old school. Quite nice. Let's go to a different piano. Not really a piano though, is it? Okay, let's what else have we got on here? This may not be the best one for it. Try. That's not bad. It's just I want to have a look, see if we got anything a bit more. It's a bit fairgroundy. Let's have a. That's one of some. It's got a synthy piano is really what I want. So 90s, what's that? It's going to be some weird ass piano. Yeah, there we go, some weird piano, okay. Not what I'm looking for at all. Okay, that's just like a synth version of it, is it? Oh, okay. I really haven't used this at all yet, this sound bank. So I really don't know what's in here and what's not in here. I just want a nice kind of synth piano, really, like an old school housey type piano. CZ101 would probably have a good of that type of piano, but I haven't got a 101. I've only got a 5000, which came with virtually no sounds whatsoever in it. What's analog string sounds like? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. I'll remember that one. Okay, let's go back and just use a different sound bank for the moment then. Let's try this Bob Moog Foundation one, because this has got a couple of pianos in it. And a hanging note. Club piano and strings, really. It's alright, it's not quite there. A bit too club, which is should really be looking at my keyboards view there, shouldn't you? There we go, so you can see what I'm playing. Okay, so let's just flick through. Yeah, no, okay. Let's go back out of this. I'm going to just stop messing around there and just go find something that I kind of know. It's always fun to try some new stuff. Let's go into here. And we've got keys in here. We've got any pianos on here. The old SY77. Yamaha, anything in there? Yanni keys, let's have a listen to that. Okay. No, it's too plucky sounding. Let's go D50. Keys, anything in there? Dark synth piano is probably a bit weird. Little piano. Yeah, it's getting closer, but not quite there really. 90s funk, no. Let's just try dark synth piano. I don't think it's going to work. Oh, it's nice though. I might just put that underneath it anyway, because that's really nice. Let's just that's better. Bring them all in line. Oh, that's great. So I'm just mixing the tracks in there, just using the MPC, this the Q links. You put the track mix mode and it just takes you into this mode with the faders. Find that piano sound. I think I've got it on the D5 actually, thinking about it. I don't want it to be too strong. I don't want like an M1 piano, because an M1 piano is going to be too powerful for a track like this. So I think we're on something a little bit softer with atmospheric type house is what we're after here, I think. So I'm just going to pop into another track. And we're going to do another new program. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do new, and we're going to make it a MIDI track again. Port A being the D5, so I'm just going to put that onto D so it's not going anywhere. That's pretty cool. Foot switch is around the wrong polarity. Let's switch that round. Okay. Better. There we go. Okay, let's have some of that. So let's just show you the keys again, so we can see the keys. Let's try that on to see how that sounds playing along with it. Yeah, that's right, chords. So we got that in there. Let's just record that in. It's clashing. Let's undo that. Shut the other way around then. Let's try that on its own here and see what it sounds like. So I'm going to flick this up to A. So a bit of selecting and editing on it while listening back to it. You're seeing that on there. You are seeing that on there. Good stuff. Okay. Okay. Let's just. Bit of editing on here and just crank it all up to the top. That's what we want. Not sure whether that should actually be on that C or not. Let's try it. Okay, let's undo that for a second. Let's try moving these front ones down. Could work actually. I don't want it to be too complicated, so I don't want to move around too much. So maybe I should just do. Yeah, that's what it should be doing. that. Okay, so let's just record that into the sampler, into the MPC as well. Okay, here we go. And we're going to do the same as before. Record, sample record, and then press play on the sequencer. Okay, and we call this D5 piano. We'll keep that, sample edit, and just knock this into shape here by editing that into there like that. Okay, process, discard, back to the main, mute that track, up to the next track, over to there. I'm going to do another new program, drum program. Call it D5 piano, and then grab that sample, pop it there, and then for this one I'm going to make it low tone. A bit of just amp release on there. Okay, so I'm going to record that in. I've muted that track, didn't I? Yes. Okay, I think that's enough parts. We've got 20 parts, so we've got enough parts there now to crack on. So I reckon what we'll do is we will do the explode track. Let's just call this track drums, and then we've got, so that's pads, MIDI, and we've got and we've got D5 pads, and then bass lights, a bass MIDI, DX bass. I'm just naming the tracks up here so that we know what is what. So MB up. This is dark piano pad. So piano MIDI, and then this is V5 piano. Okay, so now I'm just going to go back down to drums track, just do a quick save, and then I'm going to explode the tracks. So I'm going to go into with the cursor on, you see on the LCD screen I've got on here, with the cursor on there, I'm just going to press the red button there. It's going to say explode, and what it does then is it mutes this track, and then up the top here, beyond the D5 piano, we've got each individual sound on its own track. So when I bounce it out, it's going to have its own audio file, basically its own track. So we're going to bounce that now. It's by going up to export, audio mix down, WAV 24-bit 48 kilohertz, because that's what I always work in. Let's give it a couple of more seconds on there, because there's one that might have a bit of a tail on it from that reverb. Do a new folder here and call it parts 122 BPM. Don't forget, if you want to get hold of these parts on Friday, get yourself over to mode2records.com, get yourself signed up on the mailing list, and you'll get an email with these parts attached to it, along with a few other bits and pieces from DJ mixes. Just did a new DJ mix last week to help promote the new record that came out last week. It's a record called Super JX. Videos on the YouTube channel. Go over to YouTube and get subscribing on there too. Yeah, if you want the parts for this, then get yourself over to the mailing list, but make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, because then you'll be able to see all the videos we do, and there's other videos, there's all sorts of bits and pieces on there. There's all the videos for all the records I've released in the last year, and all sorts of bits and lovely pieces. So, cool, get yourself over there. Now, that's exported that out in the background there. So I'm just going to quit, I'm just going to do a quick save. We're going to quit MPC now, and then just going to do a quick setup in Pro Tools for a mixdown. So I'm going to load Pro Tools on Pro Tools 11. I haven't done the 12 shift yet because I haven't had a need to really yet. And the subscription thing is interesting, but yeah, I haven't quite worked out if I want to do that or not yet. So we're going to create a session from a template. I've got a blank template here called 48K blank 4. We're going to go into that folder for today's session called Hangout 8, wherever that is. Where's that gone then? I'll put it in a different folder. I haven't put it up here, haven't I? It's in here, isn't it? Where's that gone then? Hangout 8, there we are. Okay, we'll put it in there. So I'm going to do a new folder in here, and we're going to call it Hangout 8 PT Mix. Pro Tools Mix. See what I've done there? We'll call it Hangout 8. Okay, now this is my basic template. I just have a kick trigger here, which is just a basic boom drum machine set up with a 909 kit with just kick drum triggers on it, which I've programmed over here on this little matrix. That plays so I can actually trigger a sidechain compressor. Then I've also got a sync track for my mono tribe, which is sitting just here. We haven't used that yet in a session. Maybe I'll see if I can use that. I need to get that sync set up again on there. I'm just going to get rid of that for the moment, and get rid of my MX1 master as well. Let's lose that. Right, let's just import. Shift Command I for import, and I'm going to go into that Hangout 8 folder. Parts, why is it not exported that correctly? Let's just pop back into MPC and discover why it hasn't exploded all the tracks out for me. Let's load recent, Hangout 8. It's always a good thing when things go a little bit wonky, because it just goes to show that it's live. Okay, so we're going to back export as audio mix down. Explode tracks. Maybe I didn't click that last time. 24-bit 48. WAV export into there. Save. Overwrite. There it goes, exporting all the tracks. That's more like it. Right, okay, let's quit that now. And then we'll go back into Pro Tools, Shift Command I for import. Into here. Hangout 8. Parts. There we go, there's all the parts we want. I'm going to convert them. Add them into my audio files folder for this session. And we're just going to set the tempo at 122. So yeah, we're going to add them all into new tracks starting the session start. I'm going to double click on the little red button here, type 122, and then we can zoom in. It's interesting. Why is that not set up? It's all going very well today in here. Why is this? My playback engine is set to pocket audio microphone. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be set to the MX1 audio interface? Okay, so this is this is going to be interesting. Okay, I might have to just switch off the MX1 for a second and reset it up as a 48K interface, because it looks as if this is set to 44.1. So it's audio going to disappear just for a second. I shall return in just in that matter of seconds. Speak to you in a sec. Okay, should be back. All right. Quit that. Okay, let's just quit this for the moment. Yeah, don't save it. Okay. All right, let's go here. So it is in 48 mode. I don't know why it's playing back at some strange ass thing. We're gonna have to re-import it at the end, I think. Okay, so let's do that again there. It was going very well, I thought, there until just at the end. Let's just do Hangout 8. Let's just call it Hangout 8.2. Hangout. I can spell it out. 8.2. That's better. Right. Okay. Now we're coming to the MX1. All right. So. Double check that before I go any further. Playback engine is MX1. Brilliant. Okay, so let's just get rid of this. Shift Command I. Hangout 8. Parts in. Copy. That's better. Okay. Open. Okay, here we go. New track. Session start. 122 BPM. Okay, so there we go. So let's go through and name these tracks. So that's D5 pad. DX bass. drum, hats, snare, open hat. Okay, just do a little bit of quickie mixing on here. Half an hour left of the session. Alright, so just going to start dragging these drums around, put them into order a bit. So we're going to order them up. Kick, snare, hats, open hat, and bass line. And it doesn't really matter what order they all go in now. We'll have some piano pads together. There we go. Okay. Then we've got the mixer. And we will just colour everything up here. So we've got drums. Let's get the colour window, colour palette. Okay. This makes it easier for everybody to see what's going on. That can be green. Synths can be yellow. Let's make the piano blue. That'll do. Okay. So this makes it a bit easier for you to see on the screen there what's going on. I normally colour things anyway, but we're also, just while we're here, just going to put this. If I hold down Shift and Option, or Shift and Alt on here, I can actually bus together, bus 16. Just these highlighted channels, I can bus those together, put in the bus 16, and then if I do Shift Command N, get a new track, and I can use Control Command left, right, up and down to change the type of track and whether I want it stereo or mono. I'm going to put stereo, or call it drums, and then set the input of that to be bus 16. Gives me a drums bus, and then I'm going to just command click solo to solo, make it solo safe, and just bring all these down for the moment. Okay, and then on the outputs, now an SSL bus compressor and a Maxim plugin as well. Not seeing down to minus 0.1, threshold down a bit. That'll do. Let's give it a bit of compression on there. Okay, so the minus 0.1 gives it, so it's never going to go over 0. So it should never overload the outputs. A bit of protection on there. Let's just give this a bit of an EQ up. Okay, so nice and quick. Anybody who's watched me before here, you know that I like using the SSL channel strips. These are the SSL ones, not the Waves ones. The Duende, SSL Duende native. You can see the name on there. Zoom in and out on there. Just because I like the sound of them. I'm not particularly big fan of Wave stuff. The Wave stuff's good. I just think this sounds nicer, so that's why I use it. Anyway, it's sounding chunky. Tiny bit of compression on it as well. Knock the output down a bit there. Run a bit hot. Okay, let's kick, snare. Do the same thing with channel strip. I hope you can hear this better this week, because I did check out the sound last week after it, and you just couldn't hear anything at all on it. Nice, a bit of crisp. Back it down a bit. I'm just going to bring these in a little bit with the pans here. I'm just going to alt and drag that across there so it's that it matches on the same hi-hat there. Okay, and then on the actual drum channel itself, I'm going to put in the SSL drum strip, which was a little deal that they were doing over Christmas time, just gone. That they were doing it for £29, which is normally like £200. They did it for £29, so I snapped it up. It'll make it sound pretty amazing. Let's just bring the input volume down a bit here. Make it, let's just take that click off there, so we can make the bit of gate on it. In and out. Cleans it up a little bit there. Change its shape a little, give it a bit more attack on there. It's a bit more slamming. And then this is the real little fella here. It will transform. The kick drum. There he is. Let's try a bit of listen mic compressor as well. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to go and put a little reverb on that snare drum. Just do a quick save. Let's go and grab that RC24 that we had on the MPC before. Set it to mix mode, and then there's a small snare room, which sounds pretty cool. There he is. I need to touch it at all. Perfect. Okay. Some instruments in now. Now for sidechain compression in Pro Tools, I tend to use the Pro Tools standard compressor. I've just got a preset. You just have to set the side chain to 13 left, which is what the kick trigger here is set to, and alter the threshold. A bit less drive on there. Not loading this one quite so much. Okay, let's do this little fella. So for him, we're going to add a delay. Replica. Oh. And just before that as well, we're going to put a little filter on there. Just like that. Not too many poles on that, I don't think. Maybe 4. Okay. And now the channel strip. Compression. So put the delay on before the channel strip so that it compresses it. So it's doing the compression before, so it's compressing the delay and the filter as well, and then the sidechain compression comes afterwards. Bit of EQ on this little fella. A bit of compression to keep them in control. And then what I'm going to actually do with this as well is I'm actually going to put another reverb on here. So we're going to have reverb, RC24 again, it's my favourite one. But we're going to get a slightly bigger one. Bigger than that. Different to that. Let's try one more on these. Valhalla. Yeah. So I'll just move the plugin down so that it's over. It's the channel strip is also EQing and compressing the reverb as well. And I'm just going to pop the same compressor, pumping compressor on there as well. But change the threshold on it so it's not pumping quite so much. Let's do the same thing with the reverb on here. It's great. It's a great sound, that. I like that sound. Let's give it a bit of high mid boost, and a bit low mid boost as well, so it's not too mixed up with the pad. And again, a bit of compression, not too much compression, not too much top either. We don't want it to clash in with the pad there. It's got to just got to mix with it. So I'm going to solo the pad as well. So I've got to work together. Just going to drag that same compressor on there. Too much compression now on the bass. But too much compression overall completely. So I'm going to bring the actual. Because you can use the fader for the kick trigger to adjust the amount it's sending into the compressors. That's done because it's the output of the channel is sending it. So you can actually do that. You can adjust the level of the channel, which is why I have it set like that, and not on an insert send. Because you can actually use the fader to actually adjust the amount of compression, which I think is a much better way of doing it. I'm sure other people would have different ideas, but there you go. Anyway, so last bit, piano. There's a piano room in here somewhere. I'm sure there is. Yeah, and we might just stick a little delay on there as well. Probably a replica again because it's the most controllable one. It's going to be straight. If we take all the low end out, it doesn't clash with the sound of the piano. Get that mix right. And let's just give it bit of compression. See how good that EQ is on there? I just tickled it a little bit there and it sounded amazing. a bit too much delay, maybe. A bit too much reverb. Okay, let's just save that, click back into here, and then we're probably pretty much ready to start doing an arrangement, which we'll start doing now. We've got 5 minutes, we'll just get a quick arrangement going in there. So all I do for arrangements, and then we start around about bar 17, just so I've got a bit of space at the front. Now we'll duplicate a load of kick triggers across here. Zoom out. Now there's quite an important tip if you use Pro Tools. I don't know if you guys are all using Pro Tools or using Logic, doesn't really matter what you do, but if you're using Pro Tools and you do lots of duplicating, there's a command. Because when you duplicate, it doesn't necessarily lock everything to the grid, which is an interesting concept. So what you have to do is quantize the grid, with highlight all the regions you've just duplicated and then quantize them to the grid, which is Command 0, which is always a bit strange when you think it's a sequencer, and but that's what you have to do. So that's the best way to keep the timing correct, otherwise your timing can drift a little bit sometimes in Pro Tools. So if I'm going to duplicate these kick drums, like that, I'll just shift click the first one so it highlights all of them, Command 0, and you'll see it. I don't know if you actually reckon, if I can actually zoom in like that, central there. I don't know if you actually see it do it, but it actually moves it ever so slightly. Yeah, you didn't quite see it there. And that's it. Quantizing it to the grid. Anyway, enough of that. I'm just going to loop around there. Maybe we'll start with the arpeggio on there. Okay, so it's another little quick trick here as well, is to duplicate the channel with active playlists. You can do this in we've got the automation inserts, yes. Sends, haven't got any group assignments, yes. You can do this if you're in Logic, you can do it in Cubase, whatever, which is what I tend to do, is I will just put a filter on it so that it actually starts it off with a kick drum, but it's filtered, and then when it gets to this section over here, what we'll do is we'll just back off the end of the region, then it kicks in with the low end as well on the kick drum. That's a trick I've used quite a lot. And then we can bring snare drums in from here. So hear the difference on that there. So it'll get to this point here. And then there's the low end coming there. EQ. And we highlight those parts there, duplicate. And we'll bring the hats in there. Maybe a dark piano in here. Maybe not the dark piano in there, maybe we'll bring the D5 pad in there. Do that again. And then start building it. So kind of like that. That's how we would start doing an arrangement on there. Yeah, so wicked. That's probably about it for tonight then, I should think. We've done the track, started doing a bit of an arrangement on there as well, a few tips and tricks. So don't forget, get yourself over to mo2records.com, get yourself signed up on the main list, get the parts for this track, get the parts for all the other Hangout tracks we've done as well. You'll also get DJ mixes, remixes, exclusive other bits and pieces as well, which is only available on the mailing list. Get yourself over to the YouTube channel as well. If you're watching this on YouTube now, please subscribe to it. That'd be awesome if you could do that. You'll get all the latest tracks. The videos are on there, all the latest tracks for the videos. Check out the track last week's release, which is a track called Super JX. There's a video up there for that. Yeah, just get on the channel, subscribe up to it, and get over to the website and subscribe there too. Brilliant. All right. Well, thanks a lot for watching. I will try and get that other camera fixed up for next week. or some other way of doing it. I think that's going to work quite well. Having a movable camera around would be quite good, I think. So I'm going to try and get that sorted out for next week. Hopefully the audio has sounded great this week. Well, I tested it in the previous week. Last week I tested it. I set it all up. Sounded pretty cool. So hopefully it's not been too distorted when it got a bit loud. But anyway, let us know what you think. Give us your comments. Get the subscribe buttons hit, and I'll see you next week.